We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
That's right. Ha. Motivation music. Motivational episode. Falco Brothers.
Mics are hot.
The mic.
The mics are hot.
Hey.
Yes, we are hot. And I want to welcome everyone for tuning in today to Superforce Radio.
Woo!
The Urban Lounger Radio TV. And I'm your host, Eddie Lemans, a.k.a. King Kong Louie.
King Kong Louie, all right.
Welcome.
And who am I over here?
Oh.
I'm chopped liver?
No, I'm just hogging everything up. And
it's your show, baby. Do what you gotta do.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh man, that's a beautiful thing. So in that case, before we get to you, my highness, let's just let the people out there know what the show is about. And basically what Superforce Radio is all about, it's all about the upliftment of falling humanity. It's all about being able to read in between the lines and being able to make let's say or equal determination for self on what it is you would like to do with your life, as opposed to being steered towards it unwillingly and unconsciously.
Ooh.
And we're gonna mix all of that up with some green technology.
Okay.
And we're gonna mix that up with the gadgets of the week. And we're gonna mix that up with the hottest automobile of the week. I'll explain how that connects Eddie Lemans and automobiles.
Okay.
And I don't want to go any further because I know I'm going to hear it a little later on. But before I do go any further, let's move on to our distinguished panel.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Yes, introduce yourself.
Let me introduce myself. I am Tasha Ossett. Thank you. Where are those people at clapping around here?
I know.
I'm Tasha Ossett, spoken word artist and the co-host of the Jerry Bell Show. I'll be sitting in time to time with Superforce Radio. The Moors up in the building. Universal people. Universal people. It's about us. So thank you for having me.
Oh, you got it. Before I get into that, you're definitely a titan. I respect you for your craft. You have the alchemy. You know how to reach the youth, mainly the youth. At the same time, you just have the willingness and the magnetic ability to attract the ears of the older generation as well too.
Give thanks.
And that's what we need. We need Pied Pipers. We need Pied Pipers, those who can apply the proper alchemy to bring forth the proper solution. But last and not least, this brother right here, oh man, this is a dynamic brother. This brother has shown me and taught me so much within such a short span of time. This brother has allowed me into his heart. He's allowed the world into his mind by bringing forth, man, some like incredible truths. I mean, just slowing down and just thinking about some of the words that we say and use. This brother is just so full of wisdom. And really, it's just hard to find the right words, but I'm sure he could put it together, right? But this is my magnanimous brother Tariq.
Hey. Thanks, and wonderful to be here.
Should we address him as Master Teacher Tariq?
Master Teacher Tariq is cool with me.
All right.
And he's a master teacher for more than one reason. Let's let him know why you're a master teacher, brother. Please.
Well, in a way, I'm a learned man based upon many years of travel, abroad, living in Scandinavia for 12 years, living in Africa, I've been to 17 countries in Africa, or in Al-Kabalan as it's really known. And I've been to the South Pacific, Australia and Papua New Guinea, where our other Autochthon or Aboriginal people are. And I've seen the South Pacific Islanders, and they all look like we. And I find that all around the world it's mostly we. And so I learned that we have to be focused on our story, because we have the most incredible story on the planet. Everywhere.
Is it fair to say the deeper we go, the darker the planet?
Well, yeah, that's a part of the planet. Yeah, the darker the planet, but as well, we have all of the hue spectrum that we have today, except the ones without melanin, or with the very few melanin centers. So they're deficient, and there's a reason for that, but we'll go into that later. But we talk about and learn about our story as what we have contributed to the planet. And that is the naming of the heavens. That is the navigation of all of the seas. That is our presence around the globe. And that we knew that the globe was round millions of years ago, because really there never was a time when man was not.
Major. With all of that said right there, and there's a whole lot more to be said, the question of the day is, how do we put all that we know and we introduce it to the youth? And my main focus of the youth is because when I say the word youth, I'm actually saying the future. And so that's what Superforce Radio is all about. And so you could expect to hear every Friday here at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Brooklyn, what's going on? Brooklyn in the building. I want to give a big shout out. I want to give a big shout out to my man Shorts. Thank you, brother. I want to give a shout out to my man Brooklyn Vaughn, holding it down. The 9OZ, the 9 ounce, Kings County, and oh man, and my man Poopa Quan, my cousin, number one, A, to the top of the tilt, to the top of the hill, baby. That's how we do it, right? So listen, this
Love
is
your
what it's all.
accent, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
So
Thank
New
you.
York.
Thank you. This is how we do it on the show. Basically, we have open lines, and that's 323-473-3100. And we're fully active. And you can reach us in so many different ways. Like right now, my phone is blowing up. Someone's calling me. And that's my man right there. He's supposed to be on the panel. He's not here yet. So, of course, he knows we're on the air. So, but like I was saying, we have so many different venues. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have, what are some others? What do we have?
LinkedIn,
iTunes, we
iTunes.
have
Instagram.
Live
Instagram.
365, we have Ustreams.tv,
Ustream.
Tiny Chat,
Yes.
Yes.
Stick'em. And you can go directly to www.latalklive.com and check us out. It's not a problem. We're all over YouTube. It's really not a problem. The issue is...
Don't forget, you can go to Atlanta Talk Live,
Oh,
New York Talk Live.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? You can go to all these sister stations. Chicago Talk Live, Miami Talk Live. You know what I mean?
So we're
go ahead.
nationwide, and
Yeah.
worldwide.
Africa Talk Live.
Africa Talk Live. Whoa.
Nationwide,
Worldwide.
worldwide. Yeah, this is the internet, right? And that's 5
The mic.
1 2 1 2. Yes, no sound 1 2. Yeah,
It's humming. It's humming.
yeah. So
Buzz.
1 2 1 2
Yeah,
1
there
2.
you go. Yeah.
They say
That-
what technical
that
difficulties, but we just keep on moving.
That's okay. That's that energy,
That's cool.
like coming
but
through.
you have to turn it down, man, because it's...
All right, brother, we're gonna get it there, brother. Easy, brother, we're gonna get it there. So yes,
Still buzzing.
so like I was saying, Superforce Radio, the Urban Lounge to Radio TV.
It's humming.
We have a buzz over here.
Buzzing hum. Like a feedback.
Shrimp
How
Lakshmi.
is the sound microphone check? Mic check 1 2.
There's a constant hum. There's a humming.
Hey. Hey. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah,
It almost was there.
It almost was there.
Yeah.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Oh no, that's the other way. There you go.
1 2.
There you go. All right.
Well, I can't hear myself.
Okay. Yeah, leave it there.
1 2 1 2. I can't hear myself.
Okay.
But nevertheless,
We're here.
Can't hear
nevertheless,
yourself. Oh wow.
as long as my people can hear me, that's all that matters,
Yeah,
right?
all that
for
matters.
sure.
Yes,
So we have the cake on the table with some beautiful bright colors, and it reads Super Force Radio,
Radio.
All right.
which is a beautiful thing. We have some eclectic vibes that we'll be listening to, which is a beautiful thing. And my man Van, peace and love, Van.
Here comes the
You
hum
know,
back.
peace and love. Peace and love. What's that?
Hit the thing, man.
What's going on,
The
brother?
hum is back again.
Well, brother, I don't have nothing to do with that part, brother.
When you turning that, when you turn that, it just stops.
Yeah.
Well,
we have
check
to go to
this
break.
out. Let's go to break real
Yeah.
quick so we can sort
Now
out
it's
these
perfect.
technical difficulties
There
here.
we go.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to cause no problems, and we want this thing to move as smoothly as
Smooth as
possible,
possible.
right?
Yeah, you go.
So
Right.
peace and love. We'll be right back after these messages.
Yeah,
Super Force Radio, the Urban Lounger Radio TV. We'll be back right after.
Right after this.
God damn, it feels so great. Some killer type shoes with a royal attitude. And everybody knows that I'm headed for the good life. Oh, see. You gotta get it every day. Wanna see a lifetime. You gotta put it down. You gotta hustle. You gotta walk that walk and chalk that talk. Get it every day, baby. Get it every day. You gotta hustle. Yes. Hustle. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. At the top of the tilt, 5 stars at the hilt, baby. White gloves if you get killed, man. Look into my eyes and see what type of hybrid breed is he. Eddie Sinatra, built for speed. Nitrogen oxide shots. Yes, I'm ready to leave, but for me it's just a smidgen of greed. I want it all. One button keeping my shirt closed. Fold shoes. Alligator incorporated blues. Yes, colder than winter when I freeze your frame. A million.
Hubert's Lemonade, tasty, refreshing, sweet, and tart. Happiness in a bottle. Visit Hubert's Lemonade at hubertslemonade.com. Once again, that's hubertslemonade.com. Happiness in a bottle. Xavier Tees and Tots, groundbreaking fashion, forward street smart designs. Tees and Tots for men, women, and boys. Visit xavierusa.com. Once again, that's xavierusa.com.
Young Connection, your one-stop connection for all your graphic design and commercial printing needs. Young Connection is a full-service printing and media design company dedicated to providing the highest level of customer service and satisfaction. Young Connection provides swift response and rapid turnaround services for banners, brochures, business cards, flyers, logo design, posters, and much, much more, all at an affordable price. Young Connection, the official printing company of LA Talk Live. Give them a call at 310-491-3336. That's 310-491-3336, or visit their website at www.youngconnection.com. That's www.youngconnection.com. Young Connection Printing and Media Services, proud sponsors of LA Talk Live, where it's more than just talk.
Hey y'all, I'm Shaquem Williams, and I'm the host of The Shock Factor here on LA Talk. We broadcast to the world every Friday at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Live music, live performances. We're just live. Chef Momo, Erica Ash, and once again, your host, Shaquem Williams. So come join us every Friday here at LA Talk Live, the world-leading broadcasting internet radio station. The Shock.
It's a legacy. Yes. Grown man movement. Yes.
Yes, haha. And we are back.
Is that you right there singing?
Oh yeah, that's
That's
me.
your joint?
Yeah, that's
I
me.
like
right
that. What's the name
there.
of
You
that?
like that? Oh, that's called Sincerely Yours right there.
Hey.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
I do love you. Woo! Yeah, we can talk about that later. That's just another part of who we are, and how we do things, and how we choose to express these messages through all the many different arts that are out there. So, Miss Tasha Orsett, how are you today?
I am here and I'm divine and I'm feeling well. And I have a question for the panel. Is the Ferguson hype over with? Have we just forgotten about Ferguson? I mean, the Mike Brown, right?
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, 19 years of age,
19 years of age, Mike Brown.
got
Hands up,
killed
Mike
by
Brown.
the police.
Yeah,
That was what, 2 months ago?
yeah, 2 months ago.
It was the biggest ordeal, and now it just kind of simmered down.
I wonder why.
What do we do from this point?
Well, that's a media event mostly. And mostly it's a media event. So that's what the media, the megalomedia as I call it, that's what they focus on. And so that's all you're going to get. And you get it from the left to the right. Like right now, they're running this incredible, I mean, I listened all day today just so I would have my head clear about this evening. I listened to National Pentagon or Puppet Radio, NPR, and their nonsensical and, I mean, completely idiotic reports.
Forget about it.
You say it's a media event, but I mean, I'm a mother, I'm a parent, I have 2 boys. You know what I'm saying? And
I know.
ever since that Ferguson, it seems like there have been more killings.
60 to be exact.
Okay.
60. to be-
60.
Yeah. To be
60.
exact. Yeah. So
60.
So
I
what?
mean,
So
it
what?
hasn't slowed down.
No, it has not slowed down, and you know that, you know that it should not be just Ferguson, because Ferguson is just one little spot where they have been training the armed forces and other personnel to take over the country militarily. So. So this is all part of a planned program
It's definitely a plan.
since 1952.
So the object is to illustrate the program within the youth. How do we get this message to the youth where they can, let's say, I guess, defend themselves
Well,
on
okay.
all levels?
Programs.
You know, whether
You all sound like conspiracy theorists right now.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean?
that's what they call
That's
it.
what
That's what they call it to
people or
discredit.
listeners would think.
What's
That's
a
what they call
conspiracy
it to
theorist? What is
discredit.
that? What is that? That's what I'd like to know. What is a conspiracy theorist? I mean, if there were not conspiracies, and as I call it, conspiracy, because that's what it really comes down to, is piracy, and they use the biggest con they can find, and that's the one that people listen to and hear over and over and over and over again until they get it. And this is a methodology that has been used since the 1920s, and one of the most prolific in the world with the use of this is Edward Bernays. And Edward Bernays, who was the nephew of Sigmund Freud, excuse
Right.
me, who was
Freud?
who was a
Fraud? Did you say
He
fraud?
was.
Did you say
he
fraud?
was a fraud.
Yes, he was.
And came here to the United States and caused a lot of
Snakes,
caused
did
a
you
lot
say?
caused a lot of problems amongst the population. In other
lot of
words,
problems.
staging events and getting the press to really swarm in and check it out, and paper and newspaper ads and
Right.
and all this. The first thing that he did was line up the women, the 19 beautiful models from Madison Avenue, along with a bunch of other women who were involved in the suffragette movement, and they were all getting together to demonstrate in front of the Macy's Day Parade. Well, the main thing that happened that day was all of those 19 women lit up cigarettes in public, and that was the start of the tobacco industry's boom years from 1920, whenever that happened, until in the 50s or late 60s, almost in the 60s before it became clear that smoking cigarettes was killing up to 1,000 people a day.
So you're connecting that to.
Well, I'm connecting that.
He took us in on that one, right?
Well, but I'm connecting that to the fact that we are
they came
getting
up with that term.
We're getting fed all these words of art and terms of art, and we utilize them we've been trained like Pavlovian dogs,
Right.
And to when and so that this kind of thinking process, or stinking thinking as I call it, leads us astray, leads us down a road where there's nothing happening.
Simplicity is the finest. Like one thing, and we need to become a little conscious on what it is we're saying and how we live our lives. For instance, and to the republic, right? And to the republic for which it stands. Just these little things. When you hear things like that, and then you may see Obama, right? And he's always shouting, the democracy, democracy. But at the end of the day, you're still seeing a republic. What does that mean? So when we deal with these people like the president on down, there's something that's called public servants, right? Servants. When we want to have our rights respected, these are the small truths that I'm talking about that we need to focus in on. And I'm not going to read this whole paper. I'm just going to read this line right here that it says, because, public servant, that means something, especially if this guy, Barack Obama, is using it. And enough respect to him. I know he has a hell of a job to do, excuse my language.
Yeah, he does.
Obama opened his remarks by praising Attorney General Eric Holder as a great friend and faithful public servant.
Not true.
So, he can say that this brother, who's an attorney general, he's a public servant. Peace and love to my man Big T, who just entered the building. He'll be on the mic in a couple of minutes. So this guy right here, right, he's claiming that his buddy is a public servant, and at the same time, when we say, hey, guys, on the side of your car, it says to protect and serve, public servants, why can't we get our rights recognized?
Right.
Right?
Can
You're
dropping the heavy on us right now, so
no,
listeners.
I'm just saying, could we think about that? Can someone answer that for me?
Run that by us again, because they had
they have headphones.
Yeah.
The buzz kind of buzzed it up.
Yeah. Big T, what's up, brother? We'll be.
But for those who tuning in, we're talking about consciousness
in a minute. Yes, a conscious application. Besides all of the in-betweens, which some may choose to call Brutum Fulman.
Yes,
and
sir.
we'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah.
But let's resolve the matter at hand right now. We're going to take a short break and come right back after these messages. Eddie Lemans, Superforce Radio, the Urban Lounger, Radio TV, King Kong Louis the Imperial.
Ooh.
Brooklyn, stand up.
All right.
We'll be right back.
You put it in my face, I couldn't take it. Unconditional love is something that we all need to make it. Laying on the pavement, baby, stretched out in ICU. Yet the smile was a dream come true. Your brother plotted a scheme to get rid of me. For the one that I love, how blind could he be? Take it to the streets, man, but my heart is screaming for peace. I do love you. Turn the other cheek, baby, that phrase is so damn weak for me. Living in the belly of the beast. Yet I understand all the bullshit that you preach. I still love you. Oh man, forgive me, Lord. I'ma keep on living abroad, even though the road to life is filled with pain and strife. Goddamn, I must endure. Listen, like winter's rain, seasons must change. Yes, we love this pain. Sincerely yours, for I'll still love you. Got love for my man, infinite plans to snatch fans, even though you still owe me grands, man. Chop off your hands, find you buried in Nagasaki, Japan. Deep in your heart, you understand that I had no other choice but to do it. You fucked up and blew it. It took Sean to keep me from losing it. Fucked up the game, I changed my name and came back through with a sense of pain and great aim. Man, this rap game is so damn ill. Biggie and Pac, much more killed, much more blood to spill. But I gotta keep this real. Hip hop. Forgive me, Lord, I'ma take this knife. I'ma gut these twins outright. After that, I'ma go ahead, Lord, and just take my life. Hope you still love me. Pressure bust pipes, pain. So I use a syringe to shoot dope in my veins. I can't remember why I touched my brother. Can't remember why I strangled my mother. My Uncle Rob Genie shot in the head. Paralyzed, left for dead. No support, no remorse. Tell him, run and tell him what I said. I still love you. Oh man, forgive me, Lord. I'ma keep on living abroad. Even though the road to life is filled with pain and strife. Goddamn, I must endure. Listen, oh man, forgive me, Lord. I'ma keep on living abroad. Even though the road to life is filled with pain and strife. Goddamn, I must endure. Listen. Yes. My winter's rain. Yes. Pro-man movement. We love this pain. For I'll still love you. Pro-man movement. Sincerely yours. Baby, take it from when you see me in your city getting busy. Yes, boy, you can see these steps to me, but you gotta stand up in my lifetime. Seeing the world wide, and yes, I'm so minus full time, but you gotta stand up. Automobiles, trains, supersonic airplanes connecting all lanes. Travel, stand up. Touchdown, Chicago. Yes, with a world-class grip like Wells Fargo. Who can compare or dare say that they're there when I'm spinning 85,000 feet in the air? Spinning in that chair that's anchored to a lair. Yes, my whole name's based on exclusive gain. Whether a barge, Rolls Royce, or penny-weighted chains, I'm indestructible, reinforced by titanium frames. So elusive, run like the juice did. On and off the court, my life support now exclusive. Gain introduced me to trade like LeBron leaving the Cavs to get with Wade. Or BMW clipping that lady with the wings like Sprint swallowing exhale. My shit's insane. I'm perpendicular, rule like Caligula. Yes, and I'm so square, these squares won't even dare. Diamond fist grip, mink gloves, gold chips. Yes, I'm sitting on this world like the Rothschilds with it. Take it from there. See me in your city getting busy with my royal committee. Step to me, but you gotta step up in there. Seeing the world wide, and yes, I'm King Midas full time, but you gotta stand up. Take it from there. Automobiles, trains, supersonic airplanes connecting all lanes. Come on, stand up from there. Touchdown, Chicago. Yes, with a world-class grip like Wells Fargo. Diamonds in the back, yes, son, yes, top check. Digging in the scene, baby, this is not a dream, baby. Like Mick Joe Jay-Z, you don't know me, but I'm sitting at this table and I'm so ready to eat. You know you complete when your mind and body is one. And the tip for your tongue can put a hole in that man's back. Take a poor man and put him on NASDAQ. But this time we're speeding right past that. Exclusive game, SARS the name. Go and look that up and later on I'll explain. But for now, I speak tame and burn them in the holy flames. 9-0-Z, tell him my name. Barack Obama, hurry, get your ass here quick. Cause this next move's like slitting your wrist. Yes, I never miss. Packaged like Candy's hips. Nicki Minaj endorsed after this. You see me in your city getting busy with my royal. If you see me in your city, you gotta stand up in my lifetime. Seeing the world wide, and yes, I'm so minus full time, but you gotta stand up. Automobiles, trains, supersonic airplanes connecting all lanes. Stand up there. Yes, thank you. Welcome back to Super Force Radio, the Urban Lounge Radio TV.
Super
Man,
Force.
and that
That was another Eddie Sinatra joint right there.
That's a banger right there.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that one right there.
Enjoying that.
Yeah, we could do something with them things right there, right?
Ah.
You already know.
It's a lot of things. I want to get back to Ferguson because not even because there's a point that needs to be made that wasn't made, and before the show closes, we're gonna make that point, right? So my man Big T entered the building. What's up,
yes,
Big T?
Big Teasy.
What's good? What's
Oh,
good?
just chilling, you know.
What's
Hey,
good?
Big T.
Tell the people
Hey,
who
hey.
you are, who you be. It's one of my
name is
co-hosts.
International Mr. TNT of the group Desperados, formerly a Mo Thug member. You know, the Mo Thug camp, Bone Thug camp.
Major, baby.
You know, just here doing it.
Yeah.
Came in for the Super Force show, you know, enjoying some of this cake, you know, celebrating this
Cake in more than
great
one
day.
way, I'm sure. You know, but let me ask you, how long you been doing your thing in the hip hop realms, baby boy?
For the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for the past 20 years, over 20 years.
But
So,
you're only 21.
thanks for the compliment. You know, I try to keep it young, you know.
Thank you, thank you for coming
I'm a
down.
vet.
I don't mean to cut it short, but we just want to get back to this Ferguson issue,
Definitely.
and I just want you to listen to what's going on and
Definitely.
just
I'm all
jump
ears.
in wherever you feel you need to jump in.
All ears.
So so where do we take it from here, brother Tariq?
Well, my main point in bringing that historical aspect of it up was to show that there have been 60 police killings of not just melanated men, but for the most part, but they've killed, you know, their own. Doesn't matter. They you know, they're on a spree, and the spree is based upon military rule.
Yes.
Because that's what's happening. That's why the Pentagon is dumping all of this military equipment on the police departments around the country.
That's true.
And then training them as if they're military police, not as if they're regular protect and serve police, which they don't do either, but that's another story.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm saying is that unless you look for yourself and build up your own story, starting with yourself. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a family. Everyone's family goes back.
Definitely.
Trace your family back. Find out who and whose you are. Once you do that, now you're going to start seeing connections with things, and you're not going to be the lie that the megalomedia puts on us, because that's what they're doing. They're just lying in our face every day, over and over and over and over and over and over. Did you get it? I'm sure you got it. And that's how it works, you see. And so now, today, for example, as I mentioned, they, all day long, it's called Ebola. Ebola.
Yes.
Except that now in the afternoon it's called Ebola. Because the guy, whoever the reporter was, he didn't know what the hell he was talking about, so he called it Ebola. But all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, because it started in 76, and we've traced it all the way back to the U.S. AMRID, which is the United States Army Research Institute for Infectious Disease. And they are the ones who have a patent on the so-called Ebola virus, which is a word that means, and it comes from the word virulent, which means poison, right? So if they keep telling you that it's a virus, it's a virus, it's a virus, what are you hearing? What's the word you're supposed to hear? Poison. Poison, poison. So they're attempting to poison people. And so what they're doing is the U.S. AMRID and the patent on this bioweapon, they have taken mycotoxins, which are fungi from grains and different other aspects of the way people store things. And they have taken that and weaponized it with some parasites from the Ebola River in Congo region in West Alkebulan. And this poison is now being injected into people in the hospitals, in the care centers, quote unquote, in West Africa, such as Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea. Now, why are those three countries the ones that have been picked to do this. Well, those are the 3 countries in West Africa that have been destroyed by both invasion, military and economic invasion, and then the supporting of mercenaries to overthrow the government, and then to set up the kind of tyranny that that these countries have gone through.
Tyranny, did you say?
Tyranny, yes, sir. And then also to destroy all these young people. In so many of the youth in Sierra Leone have no hands, because the punishment for taking gold and diamonds out of the
hand off.
Yeah, you chop your hands off. So
That's
so,
it?
Yeah,
Just chop your hands off?
Oh yeah,
If you're stealing, they're gonna.
Yeah,
We
they
need to
call
chop-
that
I think we need to chop off a little more than that. How about that?
Well, yeah, that's going to happen 3. But
How about
anyway,
that? How about that's gonna happen 3?
Or
Yeah,
maybe
guillotine.
Chop off
maybe
the
even
hands of
4.
who?
Yeah.
You're saying, okay, so their hands are chopped off because they steal the gold and diamonds, but hell, it's their country.
Well, they
you know,
can.
they're trying to feed their family.
Yeah.
They're not stealing
Right, they're not stealing.
at all.
So they don't deserve to get their hands chopped
Well,
off.
that's true. I
But
mean,
this
if it's mine.
this is all because of invaders.
Mhm.
This is all because of mercenaries
Right.
and mercenary armies, which are financed by the banksters
Mm-hmm.
in Europa,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep this flood of military weaponry and economic attacks. There's such a thing as an economic hitman who comes to your country, and then he tells you, I'm here. Yeah, the economic hitman comes to your country, and he puts a proposal in front of you.
Get down or lay down.
Yeah, and this is how it's going to go down.
Yeah.
And and if you refuse,
Yeah, nice and easy.
then there are consequences, and they don't hide it at all. They tell you exactly. And there's a great book called Economic Hitman
Right.
that everyone should read.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Because and then you will know.
I think I have it.
You see, this is the era of to know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when the consciousness comes about.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you know, then it's not about what you believe, and the word believe has what in the middle of it?
Lie.
L-I-E, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so
Which
we
is
ha- we-
major.
right? We have to know these things about the so-called language we speak, which is not a language.
Right.
It's a Baskinine language, and it causes lots of confusion because there's so many cons in the language, and they're constantly conning you with the words of art and terms of art, and so therefore they control the way you think. So if they control the way you think, do they ever have to worry about the way what you're going to do?
Not at all. Not
never.
at all. And that's
programmed.
Exactly.
already programmed.
Yes, sir.
It's the norm.
Right.
That's a beautiful point that you made, and so when we hear that, the power of words is just so powerful,
Very
and
powerful.
like the brother Taj always says, the etiman.
The etiman.
So
Yes,
we know
sir.
that words and just the mere words that we say has the power to empower us or
Yep.
depower. So we
Yeah.
have to empower. We have to empower the youth. I'm just. I have a daughter and things like that, and I'll be damned. I don't mean to be frank, that if I have to have her grow up in the abyss.
Right.
So to sum it up, is it fair to say that
Yeah.
we have to watch out for programs that are being placed in front of us?
Constantly.
And for people that are tuning in, hopefully you're in consciousness right now and you're aware of things. You know what I'm saying? You just you listen and you see what's going on in the news, and you have to pay attention. You have to know thyself, what these
There you
brothers
go.
are saying. You have to know yourself, know who you're from, and start looking at the programs that are put in place, because behind everything is something to do with you.
Well put. Well
Yep.
put. I
Excellent.
must say. I must say.
Excellent.
Oh,
So
we got to
yes.
get back to Ferguson. I'm not going to leave.
Okay.
Right,
No,
right.
all right.
Now-
But-
So
now,
what he
I
was
mean,
saying was flowing into that.
Right.
But you dropped the heavy on us, and that's good, because this brother here, he deals with etymology. So for those who are listening, breaking down the words and hearing what they really mean is a really big thing.
Definitely.
Ferguson.
I was talking with someone today, and they said, be blessed. And what I heard was, be less. And not disrespect to anybody's religion, but wow.
Be
that
less.
just, be less.
right.
I heard be less. You know what I mean? So it's just, I'm just saying, etymology of words is simple, and they're right there in front of our face, and just got to pay attention.
And especially when they get into,
That's dope.
especially when they get into terminologies that we are not trained or taught about, such as biological terminology, physiological terminology, anatomy, and those type of things, because those are specialized fields that they direct people into and keep most people away from, because it's a business. And so,
and it always will be.
it will be a business.
And if I may, this Ferguson is just gotta put that nail in the coffin with this thing.
Keep
here.
eating at you.
Yeah, it eats at me. You know why? You know, because that's not the first time. That's not the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. You feel me? We going into the hundreds with this thing.
Yeah.
So my thing is this. What needs to be done? How do we get it done? And when do we do it? I mean, that's where, because anytime we could put Ferguson on the table and kind of not get to the point and wind up having to remind ourselves to get back to it, there's a problem. You see?
Definitely.
And those are the things that I pay attention to.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm into
There
the
you go.
psychological aspect of what make things tick.
Right.
Why did you choose yellow? You know? You might not know why you chose yellow, but there's a reason why you chose it. And if I may, you know, because we only get 24 hours in a day, and everybody got to get paid and do what it is they need to do.
Definitely.
So we're going to take a short break. But before we get up out of here and go to this
bills.
break, right, you know, just focus your mind, people, and think about every word that you said. Think about the things that you're used to saying, and just to allow your mind to be free, your mind and your heart to be free, especially when you're listening to what's going on here on Superforce Radio, the Urban Lounge for Radio TV.
Yes,
Of course, the type of truth that we
Superforce.
provide here are designed to crack your mind in half. But we do it
New
with
mind.
So we'll be right back after these messages. Eddie Lemans, a.k.a. King Kong Louis the Imperial, the Urban Lounge, Superforce Radio. Let's go.
I love to curse and punch out teeth, telling all my ghetto people to come follow me. So now that my name is cold in the streets, you gotta give me something concrete to keep the peace. I can turn nice clothes into sheets, take one long hearse and turn that to fleets. I raise sons like the sunrise. I can kiss your head and close your eyes, feed your mind with lies and open thighs. But only a prince can make doves cry. I pay dues to wear these shoes, homie. Where I'm from, the nice guys move. A veteran's life with grown man moves. I'm a veteran, a veteran. I pay dues to wear these shoes, baby. Where I'm from, the nice guys move. A veteran's life with grown man moves. I'm a veteran, I'm a veteran. So stand up, this is not a joke, son. You hot heads don't think I won't smoke something. Told you lames respect the game. It's too many scarecrows and not enough brains. So follow me uptown streets and watch out many times they kiss my feet. Pop champagne and kiss my ring. Knowing lo and behold, there stares a king. Now I flipped the books and dealt with crooks. Knighted crooks made queens rip off their gowns. That real shit that crush all nouns. With more bass than third world sound. Now you better believe for me to overachieve, I took the vaccine and crushed the disease. Turn this down a notch, baby. Talk about the blocks in the watch, nigga. Flavor of the drop shit, Eddie Maybach. Most of y'all want me to rhyme non-stop, but Poopa Quan said when it's short, keep it hot. So I'ma kick that shit that broke up the rock. Gave Athena Pot and Bob Marley locks. And Michael O $100 million jackpot. So place your bets and watch me fly.
Art so high you don't even know why. Oh man, it is crazy, I tell you. Welcome back to Superforce, and yes, I am a veteran. Huh? Yeah, Superforce Radio, the Urban Lounge Radio TV.
That was me beatboxing.
And that was dope, so dope.
Yeah.
Platinum, I tell ya. All the way live.
Yes, sir.
Man, Superforce Radio. I want to thank LA Talk Live for allowing me to express what's in the center of my heart. I want to thank my man Van, my man Rich Carl. Yes.
I love them brothers.
Principal brothers in my life who made this thing happen. I want to thank my man Shaq Kim, my man E-Core, the Wolf.
The Wolf.
Ow!
Yeah, Wolf's in town.
See you later on, baby.
Yes, sir.
For real. It's real. It's a real thing. We got another special guest that came to join us. Very profound brother. Very, very funny brother. Brother has a beautiful history and legacy behind him. And without further ado, I want the brother to introduce himself. And I think he deserves a hand clap for that one. What about that? Peace and love, brother. Let everybody know who you are, what you've been doing, who you connected to, and why you here.
I'm connected to you, baby, but you gotta introduce me. I can't introduce myself. You gotta do that. Don't put me on blast like that. You know I'm bashful, and you know I'm that.
Get that voice up on the mic. Do that again. Let's hear that voice.
Hey, what?
There you
There
go.
you go. Now
That's a
you're
powerful voice right
Yeah,
there.
that's a big boy.
Thank you.
But I was here. What you was talking about, man? How do we stop it?
How do we stop it?
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Gotta ignore it.
Uh-huh.
Gotta ignore it. You gotta give everything back to them and not pay no attention to it. We need a new barter system.
A new barter system.
Another barter system.
Now
And
I know. When we say ignore it, that doesn't mean turn my back around while that brother's getting hit in his head with a billy club.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Nah, I know that. I know that.
I'm tired of my life being
Reactive.
centered around the poor. We all got money in our pocket, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm tired of these ugly crackers being the center of my life.
Ah,
Right. Not supposed to be.
No,
That's our story, brother, man.
Hey, come on.
It's our
I'd
story.
rather see a sister like that on my buddy. I'm tired of these ugly ass crackers being the center of what my life is supposed to be like.
you know. I'm listening to you right now, right? And I hear something else because you're a funny brother. And my thing is this: when a talented, funny brother that's a scientist at making people laugh, when he runs out of jokes behind making something like that seem funny so we can absorb it and move on with our days and our lives, I have a problem with that. There's a problem. When the jokes run out, there's a problem. People, there's a problem. And there are many problems, right? But no, it's not a
said that
joke.
wasn't
I'm just saying. Maybe I'm
You
being a
heard
little too
pain.
passionate.
Did you hear pain from
Yeah, I heard
his
a lot
expression?
of pain. How do you talk about it?
Yeah,
You know, how do you talk about it after
Right.
the fact that 2 months later, another brother who plainly said, "My hands is up, and I'm just going to get my driver's license. Why did you shoot me?" You know, so that touches me.
Yeah,
And,
well, that's man.
I didn't mean to interrupt, brother, but you know.
Like I say, when you give all this
Yeah.
stuff back to them, you don't pay attention to what they tell you in the news.
Ah,
I see people laying on the street dead every day in my neighborhood, and it's not on the news.
right.
So whatever they tell you, Trayvon Martin, these are all horrible stories.
Right.
But when they telling you about that, it's because they want you to hear it. There are a gang of us getting blown away every day like that,
Now
and
we
it's not
getting
in the
somewhere.
news.
Right. Exactly.
Now we getting somewhere.
Right.
That's
Now we
all
getting
I'm
somewhere.
talking about. I
All
didn't
right.
come here as a comedian, man.
All right.
No.
So
That was
you,
it.
no. And you know, man, you know what? I apologize for that. You know,
Oh,
but
you ain't
I,
gotta apologize, but let them.
But-
You know I know.
yeah,
you.
no doubt. You know, but your accolades are just so deep, and that's respected first and foremost.
Mhm.
You know, so I want that to be clear. And man, it's like, you know, where do you go from here? You know how sometimes you know the answer, but you tell a person, I don't know, but you know damn well how to get to the other side.
But it's good to make people think. You know, people have to think about these solutions. I mean, our future depends on this.
yes, they do.
When is the last time any of us just meditated to ourselves, just went somewhere like Moses went up in the mountains and just whatever they did, just meditated, just
it on a
heard
daily.
your voice in your head for maybe like 60 or 90 days, maybe a year. You always got to hear somebody else's voice and their perspective on something. When is the last time you just dealt with you?
Your voice.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
That's the only way we can become God. When you just deal with you.
Let me ask you. So, in ignoring it, you saying like, basically, no marching, no protesting. What are you saying when you say ignore? Like, what do you mean by that? I kind of understand what you're saying. Like, I wouldn't give any spiritual energy to that. You know what I mean? Because there's spiritual vampires.
I guess what I'm saying when I say baby is I don't, if it's a game I don't play well, I don't play it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
So
Just leave it.
I don't play capitalism well, and even if I do, I'm still set up to lose in it at the end of the day.
That's right. That's right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
So what about marching? Do marching help the situation? Marching.
They don't.
We're gonna march. We're gonna just march down the street.
They don't respect
We're
that.
What
gonna
about
get
writing
everything
letters?
we want to get. I tell you,
Writing?
No.
it's that
Some letters,
What do you
yes.
think?
But it's who
Some
you
letters.
write the letter
And
to
how
is who
you
you
write
do
it.
it
There
to.
you go.
We don't
are
need to
very
march
powerful
anymore?
at what we do. Yes, that
Right.
does
we don't
count,
need
but
to
it's who we
march.
do it
No
to.
more marching.
No more
Wow.
marching, brother, man.
No more marching, right?
Yes, sir. I'm through with that.
I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying that. I mean, if it serves a purpose, then yeah, do it. But at the end of the day, if you go to the mountain like Moses did and come up with your own inner strength, you know what to come down and do. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I ain't spitting on nobody's nothing.
No.
Okay.
No, you don't have
We
to.
all got a call in this. We are all gods and godettes.
We are all
Goddesses,
gods. We
goddesses.
are all goddess. Yes. Titans we are. That's what I would like to say. Big T, where you at with it?
I just wanted to interject. A lot of people aren't content with themselves. You know what I'm saying? So for him to say, for somebody to go up on a mountain and, soul search, should we say, a lot of people aren't content with themselves. They need other people in order to get along in the world each and every day. Right. They can't sit with themselves and search their soul and their mind in order to know who they are as a person.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are out here lost. We have youth out here lost. We have grown adults that don't know what to do with themselves.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? On a daily basis, they get up to do nothing. To just be a waste of flesh, basically.
Yeah, definitely,
they wasting time.
Right.
And you have no room to waste time in a market where everything is surpassing you. You know what I'm saying? Inflation is surpassing you. The world is outgrowing you. It's a lot of things going on. So in order to be productive and a part of that, you have to apply yourself as much as you can, and you have to try as hard as you can. Get up and have some backbone about yourself. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Be content with yourself enough to know, hey, I got enough energy to get up every day to go do this, instead of standing in front of the liquor store, standing in front of here, there, putting your hand out.
That's what it is right there. We touched on something. I mean, of course, it's going to take more than an hour for us to cover that.
Right.
But that was the hidden agenda.
Right.
What's going on?
That's where we got to get.
Why
to.
do they occur the way they occur? Why so often?
Right.
And so, yes, Brother Tariq.
Yes, sir.
You said Bernays.
Yeah. No. Well.
The trigger mechanism.
Yeah. The trigger mechanism.
Yes, the trigger mechanism.
And they got plenty of it with the invisible empire in the background.
Right.
And what I like to tell them is that a lot of things have been bothering me, because a lot of things and a lot of folks think that things are cool. People are riding around in those fancy cars and flying in those airplanes.
Fancy cars.
Yeah, even old Jive President accident. I mean, I would have you believe in thinking that things is cool. But I'm here to tell all of y'all that we got a cross that we must bear. Now there's the white cross, the green cross, the black cross, the crisscross, and the lost cross. And the cross gets awful heavy in different times, but one is supposed to keep on going on, carrying the cross on his shoulders, because you ain't supposed to let no cross you up. You're supposed to let a cross help you get across.
Cross.
And if you let a cross help you get across, you won't get crossed up. You'll get across on the cross. So if you remember this, you won't get lost on the cross, and you'll know how to get across. I just wanted to let y'all know about this. I know most of you know it already. So if the cross keeps crisscrossing you, then you need to go on and deal with it and leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Exactly.
Love it or leave it alone.
Can I
you
use that
gotta
for
love
some poetry?
it or leave it alone.
I need to use that for my poetry right there.
Hey,
That's a
hey,
nice
hey.
piece.
Check it out, right? Check it out. You know what? I looked at my watch, even though I'm not wearing one, right? Because there's a solar inner thing going on, right?
Right.
So
Okay.
I looked at it, you feel me? And it's about that time,
About that
you know?
time.
And that's what I'm saying. Man, it's not enough time.
Not
in the
enough
day.
time
Right.
now.
Especially
Not
when you're on
enough.
Superforce Radio, the
That's
Urban
all right.
Lounge Radio TV with your host, Eddie Lemans,
Hey, let's go.
a.k.a. King Kong Louis the Imperial. I want to say thank you.
That's right.
It's a lot to talk about. And here I wanted to mention some automobiles like the Jaguar and the Range Rover is crazy with the S-Class Benz. And we got a whole lot of
there
other
we go.
things. 'Cause
Whoa.
Eddie Lemans, I love automobiles. Lemans as in the city in France. And that's what we do. Urban gadgetry, aviators and things like that coming soon. We'll talk about that. But we're signing off. Come back next week.
Yes.
6 p.m. Pacific time. You'll
6.
find me and all of my co-hosts here, right here at
It's
this
easy.
round table, square today. Still 360 degrees though. And
No squares in the building,
making it
though.
happen as we do it. So Excelsior to all. And may you
Excelsior.
continue to have the
Excelsior.
finer things in life. And remember, my people, eyes
Salute.
wide open.
Eyes
Salute.
wide open.
Peace and love.
Salute.
Peace
Peace
and
and love.
Peace and love.
You gotta hustle. You gotta walk that walk and chalk that talk. Get it every day, baby. Get it every day. You gotta hustle. Hustle. Move. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. Yes. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. Hustle like a hurricane. I'ma break through. Yes. Money's the skyline. Stepping on these dunes. On the 30th floor, the aqua blue view. Ruby cufflinks and bags by brinks. Walking through steel bars, shooting